Soon, Dory, soon. But hello everyone, and welcome back to week 88 of our Minecraft Let's Play series. And if you've seen the video that I put out that wasn't a regular week for Minecraft, you may understand that this is going to be the last one for a while. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, I'd suggest going and watching the video in the description. I'll make sure to put it in there. But let's not talk about that. Let's go ahead and focus on the things that I want to get done for this week. So here's what we have for this week. It's not a lot on paper because I took out most of the fluff, but there are some very important things on here. First of all, of course, I decided, even though that this is going to be a very important episode, decided to go ahead and put down the Fisherman Villager Hall thing on here just to kind of get myself into this week, and also just because it'll help with the Villager Hall. Second, the 1.26 update has come out, so we now have Happy Guest as well as the Tears music disc, both of which I want to see if we can get and bring back to our base because I think they'd be nice additions. And I also want to experience the 1.26 update because I haven't actually seen it in person, so it'll be fun. And then finally, the grand finale for this week will be the How Do We Get Here advancement, because we need to move a shulker into the contraption and then we need to put our plan to the test. Now, I have done a little bit of testing and we can get a shulker. It's just going to be a pain though, and probably will take me multiple days if I were to guess, because I got to bring it from the end city through the portal, and then once it's in the overworld, take it into the nether and then send it over to our contraption through the nether. That's a lot, but honestly, I'm not going to think about that right now because first off, we are going to go ahead and work on the Villager Hall. So we'll first go ahead and enter the nether and head over to our villagers that we have prepped for today. Send them over to the Villager Hall portal, then send them through it, repeating for the rest of the villagers that we have over at the Villager Breeder. Then now that we have our villagers in the Villager Hall, we're essentially just going to trade with them and hope that they don't have the cooked salmon recipe, which this guy actually doesn't. And then any good traders we will bring over into our actual trading area and repeat the process. This one also doesn't have the cooked salmon trade, which is shocking actually. This one has the cooked salmon trade, so you're gone. This one also has the cooked salmon trade. This one does not, so we can keep them. And also a valuable trade. Alright, we might have the fisherman thing put up all this week, who knows? Probably not though, because we've got 3 slots and we've only got 3 more villagers. Next we have cooked salmon. Alright, bye. And no cooked salmon here. Alright, getting very lucky with these guys. And finally, another good trader. Wow, alright. How many times have I said wow? Because this is actually very surprising. I was expecting to get maybe 2 or 3 villagers, and I think we're only missing 1 now for the fisherman. Yeah, we're only missing that slot for the fisherman, and then we've actually gone ahead and filled all the fishermen out, surprisingly. Go figure. Because I'll be entirely honest, I wasn't putting much effort into these guys this week, and then I get... How many did I get in total? 6? Maybe even more? Possibly 7. But oh well, that's alright. This wasn't even supposed to be the most interesting thing that we're going to be doing this week, so, you know, nice surprise. Hopefully we can keep that going with the next thing that we're going to have on our list. So I will meet you guys back at our base. And the more research I've done into this, the shorter I've actually realized it's going to be, because now what I want to work on is the 1.26 update, which I realize that there is actually 3 things on this list that I'd like to do. First of all, like I said, we have the Happy Guest, so I want to go ahead and find one of those. I also want to get the Tears music disc, which is easier than I thought it was going to be. And then I also want to go ahead and get the advancements for the 1.26 update, because there are 2 of them. There's one right here, which is stay hydrated, placing a dried gas block into water, and then the other one is placing a creaking heart with the correct alignment between 2 pale oak log blocks, called Heart Transplanter. We've done this before, but it didn't used to have an advancement until the update, so yeah. So that means we're gonna have to make a trip to our resin farm And thankfully we don't have to use this farm, we just have to grab some of the resin out of it, like so. Go back to our base. Realize that I actually didn't have to go out and grab some resin. I could have just crafted it apparently. Craft the creaking heart, then put a log, the creaking heart, and another log, and we get the advancement. And then tear it down so we don't have a creaking spawn while we're doing this. So with that out of the way, next we're going to go ahead and aim to get the Tears music disc, which sadly due to copyright I don't think we're going to get to listen to, but we will at least grab it. And I'll show you guys how to get it because it's actually quite simple. Because I think that ever since the Pigstep disc came out, this is going to be the easiest disc that you could get. And it's also attached to an advancement that we already have. This is all we have to do is head into our Soul Sand Valley, find this ghast. Did it just despawn? Alright, never mind, let's find another ghast. God, look how much fire there is back in the days of me trying to get the Uneasy Alliance advancement. I would say fun times, but those were the most annoying times that I had with that. But I digress, because we'll go ahead and find another ghast, just like this one, have it shoot at us, punch the fireball back, and it should drop the disc that we are looking for. There it is. The Tears music disc. All you need to do is do return to center, and you have the disc. Again, a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. Because I was expecting we were going to have to do something like find another fortress and have a small chance of doing it, but I think it's literally guaranteed with the return to sender advancement, so yeah, a lot simpler than it used to be to find a music disc, at least in my opinion, that is. But yeah, sadly I don't think we can actually play this on video just because of copyright infringement, but that's fine. At least we have it and it can go with the rest of our music disc, which I believe the music discs that we have that are all, you know, unique are right here. Why do I feel like I'm missing one in this list? Because I am, and there is none of the trial chamber ones in here. Did I never get any of the trial chamber ones? Or, oh no, I know what happened here. Yeah, this was a reset on the world back to an earlier version, so I'm just missing some of the disc that I've gotten before, but then the world reverted. Alright, that makes sense. It sucks, but that makes sense. I was like, we've gone through way too many of those trial chambers to not have any of the discs that come from it, which is probably why we have like this gap right here if I were to guess. Alright, that's fine. That's a future problem because now we are going to go look for the happy ghast, or the dried ghast I guess is what it starts off as, which means we have to explore the nether, and I'm thinking that the best way to do that is possibly keep going over in this direction, which is the way our wither skeleton farm is, but I think if we go past our wither skeleton farm we should be good. At least I'm hoping that is the case. We shall see. But yeah, we need to find a Soul Sand Valley and find a dried ghast that is in that area. This is the only problem with having a world that is, you know, not new. It's just the fact of when it needs new terrain, you need to go further out and further out and further out every time. So yeah, let's hope that I can find what I'm looking for. The other issue is I remember going and looking through a bunch of bastions, so that also may have an issue with spawning things. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have to get lucky with finding things. Alright, we're in New Chunks now, and we're about 1500 out, so essentially what I'm saying is that any Soul Sand Valley we find, this is a Soul Sand Valley, it's just a bunch of random soul sand, has a chance of having what we're looking for in it. There he is. I don't know why, last time I tried finding these guys in like a creative world, it was also floating, so we just break it? Yep, because we need to now put this guy in water and hydrate him, but I'm gonna see if I can find maybe a few more, perhaps. It's like we are in a Soul Sand Valley biome, might as well, right? And I'm being attacked by the ghasts, which are probably trying to protect their young, to be honest, so please stop. Wait, you can craft the dried ghaslings? Why? Does it have to be at a crafting table is now the question. Okay, I'm curious, and I'll figure this out when I get back. I mean, it makes sense, because I know you can't breed the happy ghast, but I wasn't expecting you to be able to craft the dried ghast. I don't know, that just seems a little random if you ask me. I gotta figure out how to get back. Alright, we're back at our wither skeleton farm, so I know generally where I'm going now. Alright, so I guess for the time being, I'm just going to go ahead and put them in our lake. We get this stay hydrated advancement, and now I need to go check to see how you craft dried ghast. And then hopefully this guy will grow up soon. I don't want to grow up all of these because then we're just going to have 3 that I don't know what to do with. Oh, we should also make a harness, which is going to be 1 wool, 2 glass, and 3 leather. That's not bad. Oh, you can make a dried ghast. It's just just 8 gas tiers and a piece of soul sand. We're making life in a different way. That's kind of weird. Alright, I forgot you can also craft saddles now, which I'm going to be honest, I don't think I really need to worry about that. We're going to go ahead and make a blue harness just because it's my favorite color. And now we wait for the little guy to grow up. Well, he'll be a little guy when he first grows up and then be a very big guy when it's finished. I'll wait for you, buddy. There they are. Tiny at the moment, obviously. Do they increasingly get bigger? Or do I just have, like, my eyes playing tricks on me? But it feels like they're getting increasingly bigger very quickly. Either way, we still gotta wait for them to grow up into adult before I can go ahead and put this harness on them. So, we shall wait on that. But they seem content with their new home. Also, I think we can hold snowballs just to kind of keep them around so they don't fly off. Might be wrong on that one, though. Nope, they seem to like snowballs. Alright, cool. Good lord, all I can see is white now. He's grown up. Wait, no, come back. I was gonna put a harness on you. Come on, come down here. Hi, okay. Yeah, come back. You want snowballs, right? Come on. And right click. And I believe that it just goes wherever you're looking. Like, you have to hold W, obviously, but if you look down, it'll go down. If you look up, it'll go up. It's obviously very slow, but this is so neat. I love them so much. And then I'm pretty sure if I hold shift, yeah, I could just kind of stand and look up here. Oh, and then they're not moving the glasses come off. But if I'm on them, the glasses are on. It's honestly really neat. Oh, I tried shifting to go down. Right. I think I need to go ahead and grab a lead for this guy just so that he doesn't fly away. I guess I could attach them to here. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab the lead, buddy. You just stay in the area, please. Maybe I'll attach them to the bridge. I just don't want them flying off. Oh, come back here, buddy. Let's go ahead and get you on a lead. Come on. And then, yeah, I think I'd rather put you on the bridge so you have a little bit more flying room. It's not going to be a lot, but it'll be better, I promise. Actually, let's just go ahead and put them on the windmill. I feel like that's probably the best bet. Not on the windmill, but next to the windmill. Like that. There we go. And then I'm just going to hope that they don't break the lead. But yeah, nice. Happy guest. We technically could have more, but it took a while for that to actually grow up. I think it was the usual 20 minutes. And you can do some cool things with those guys, because I'm pretty sure 4 players can sit on them, and then you can also all stand on it. So it's like a movable platform. But I digress. That actually is all of the things that I believe I can do with the 1.26 update. Like, there's some other minor changes, but there's nothing really grand to the point that kind of deserves a recording, because we went ahead, got the advancements. We got the dried gas to turn into the happy gas, as well as getting the Tears music discs. So yeah, that is everything that I can think of for 1.26, at least content wise. So I guess now is the time that we've all been waiting for. And that is said heavily with sarcasm, because it is now finally time for us to bite the bullet and get a shulker over to our how do we get here contraption and then try and run it. But there is a few ways we can make this a little bit easier, but this is just going to be annoying no matter what way we do it. Because here is my plan. We have a single shulker back at where our shulker farm is currently. My plan is I want to go ahead, take said shulker from that end city. Then we will go and send it through the end gateway using a minecart. From the end gateway, take it to the end portal, so it'll be back at spawn. Then after we take it to spawn, we'll throw it through that nether portal, sending it to the nether, send it through the other nether portal over to our contraption, and at that point we can just slot it in where it needs to be. Simple, right? Easy. Oh god, what have I got myself into? This is also going to require a lot of rails, which is not something I'm really, rich in, but we do have a bunch of gold, so I feel like this is what we're going to be doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and craft a bunch of powered rails. Like, this is definitely even not going to be enough, but I might have to turn all of this into powered rails. Oh no. You know what? We'll stick with 4 stacks for the time being, and then all of the rest of these sticks are going to be turned into torches. And we've also got to do some prep work before we even try doing the whole moving the shulker. And that's also going to require me taking out these moss carpets. The first thing I actually want is a rail going from our end gateway up there, which, why are you angry? Alright then, that's a great start. but I want a portal going from our end gateway over to our portal over here, essentially, which isn't hard on paper, it's just annoying. You know, I probably should have brought some blocks too. I just realized. Oh god, this is gonna be a whole process. In all honesty, I also might not even use the moss carpets because I was gonna use them to like put on top of these, but the elevation changes might mess with that too. So we might just have to say, oh well, on that. Also, if you can't tell, I'm very anxious about this whole thing because, well, I want it to go well, and I don't want it to take too long, but that might be asking too much of this game. Alright, there is the rail completely powered here, and this was the easy part for the end, actually. The hard part is that now we need to go ahead and get a rail going from here all the way over to where our end city is. And I'm pretty sure we have another shulker around here. At least I'm going to hope, because I'm not too sure anymore. Yeah, it's currently on the ground. I'd say the only good thing about this is that I believe we can just use the land that is already, you know, like world generated instead of having to create our own. So we'll work our way over here is what I'm getting at. Maybe building a bridge on this one because that is very thin. I feel like they're gonna need to change this advancement at some point because it's just getting too stupid to actually complete. I feel. We're at 33 effects. I don't know how many effects there was for this when we started. Like when we first had the how do we get here advancement. Definitely wasn't 33 though. Also, you'd think I'd get like used to building over the end void, seeing as I've done it so many times now. I haven't. It's still very scary every time. This is also the time I realize I'm already out of powered rails and I still have a long ways to go because there's the rail currently. Oh god. Alright, I might also have to farm some gold today, if that's the case. But we go back, because I don't have sticks either. And alright, I have ran out of rails, and I've also ran out of torches because I just started placing them. So I need to go farm for gold, and I also need to go ahead and make more torches. But we are closer than I expected, to be honest. Because that is the end city. The shulker is outside the door. So maybe we can get this guy out of the end quickly. We shall see. And if we get him out of the end, we can get him into the contraption hopefully fairly easily. In all honesty, I should also probably splash that guy with healing potions and regen potions just in case he's taking damage. But that is a problem for when we actually start moving him. Alright, and back with more rails. Let's try and get this done. Alright, so we have the rail. However, I forgot that I said I wanted to bring some healing potions and throw it at him just to make sure it's fully healed. So that's what we're going to do. At least I think I have healing potions, right? Yeah, instant health too. Bring a few of these and probably a regen potion if I were to guess. I think we'll be fine with it, just instant health. I do, however, need a minecart. I almost forgot about that. It's kind of important. Don't think we have, yeah, just a minecart. So to the iron storage, aka just me hoarding 32 blocks. Thought we had less, to be honest, so it's nice to see. I'm also realizing we barely had enough powered rails that I crafted. Like, we have enough gold, but we only have 2 more power rails left. So it turns out that I had forgotten to turn on my microphone for that, but thankfully we did end up getting the shulker here, and even into such a good position that it actually can't hit me right now. So we have free reign to just kind of work on, you know, connecting this nether portal up to the other one that's in the nether. And then after that, we also have the ability to set up this nether portal correctly, which we do need to go ahead and change right now. Because essentially we want this portal to be somewhere up here so that we can go ahead and just move the shulker into this little compartment. So that's what we're going to do. And I think we should be good if we just go ahead and put the portal here instead. So gotta dig out an adequate area for this to be placed. Break this portal. I don't know why my computer is lagging so bad, especially on a single player world. Oh well though, just hope that it doesn't mess things up. Alright, light this up. And I guess while we're here, we can go ahead and place the powered rails that need to be here anyway. So along with the single torch. And actually I'm gonna add a backing to here as well. That might be a bad idea, but we shall see. Alright, cool. So we're gonna have to come from this angle with our rails, which is fine. And we're going to want powered rails going from here, which we're going to need to make some more. Go ahead, place this here. And all right, there's our rail for here. So now we just got to do the overworld, and I think we'll be good. And the overworld has to come from here. At least that's my understanding. All right, get these rails in. Now we just need to power these. So 2 redstone torches, 1 there, 1 there. And I think we are good to go. Hopefully, at least. Yep, it's on its way. Thankfully, the Enderman didn't hit it, I just realized, but wasn't too worried about that happening. Now, if we go through here, theoretically, it should have just dropped in. Good, good. All right, now I need to do one more thing. That is, I need to go get a half slab to basically put over the shulker so it can't shoot while we're still working on there, because there is one more thing that I've forgotten with this contraption that I only remembered recently, and that is the fact that we need a villager in there to activate a raid omen. So, yeah. And I'll be entirely honest, I don't have a villager currently at the ready. I used all of them for the fishermen this week, which I kind of should have thought about beforehand. But it's fine. No sweat off our back. We can just go ahead and fix that issue just really quick. But first, let me go put that on the slab. So yeah, we just go ahead and put the slab right there. I don't think the shulker can now open. Oh, the shulker can open. Good to know. But it's still fine. I also still haven't put the wither rose here, I guess. Also, apparently I can't still hit me, so that's lovely. So let me go get the wither rose and then also breed some villagers, and then we need to move the villager, and then we will be ready for at least attempting this. I also may go ahead and make a copy of this world like right before we're about to run it, because I am legitimately worried this is going to work, and I don't want to keep reusing materials. I apologize if you think that's cheating, but after this much preparation, I don't feel like doing this multiple times. All right, there's our wither rose. All we're missing is the villager, which actually what I should do, now that we've gotten our shulker in here, is take this portal out. And because the thing is, we can't have the villager be here. We can't have it be in the same chunk as our contraption. So we're just going to go ahead and, well, put it somewhere else, probably above ground. And if this is where our contraption is, we are going to go ahead and say probably put it around somewhere here. This can't be in the same chunk, so honestly, somewhere like here just might be our best bet. Make sure this connects, which thankfully it does, and now we just need to go ahead and breed the villagers. Everything is coming together. Everything that we've really made in this world is starting to come to just doing this one advancement, which is quite interesting. Actually, I never thought that things that we built in the past would be used for this, but here we are. So I'll be back. All right, now that we've got some villagers here, it is time to move one of them. And we're gonna move them just like we did with the ones that I need to take over to the raid farm. And as we're here, we might as well take this chest, so we're gonna need it. Now we need to prep a spot for our villager, which honestly will probably just be in this wall. Probably the safest option, really. I also realized I need a job site block for him, so I will be back. Alright, I need to check something really quick, because now that we have him in there, is this where I have the axolotl pond? That explains a lot of why my game is like horribly dying. I also don't understand why they're all at the bottom. Game runs smoother with them over here. Yes, alright, so it's literally just there, so I guess we'll just have to try and get the villager thing done as quick as possible. Alright, he's got a job though. That's good. Actually gonna go ahead and block him off, and we need to get the other things over here set up. First off, we're going to place blocks beneath these portals to kind of tell us what is in here. This one is the trial chamber. We don't really need to mark the contraption because it's got a bunch of netherrack on it, so kind of already can tell where that one is. This one is our ocean monument, so it's going to get those blocks. And then over here, this one is our raid farm. Now we've done that, we're going to place 3 slabs here with a water bucket here so we can just jump down this entire thing. And I also need to get rid of these blocks because I cannot get up. This will be our way to essentially just run over to the contraption. But while we're also here, I need to refill the dispensers that are here. So all of which of these potions are getting thrown into here, which is the weakness, low falling, wind charging, infestation, slowness, oozing, and weaving. Then spectral arrows go into this dispenser, and then I need to hold on to everything else, I believe. So I'm putting all my stuff up here. here, and in what order do I need to do things? So let's talk about this really quick. The first thing we're doing is we are heading over to the trial chamber and drinking one of these ominous bottles 5, right? That is to give us the trial omen for as long as possible. We are then heading over to our raid contraption to go ahead and get Hero of the Village, which we might be able just to get by walking over there, but I'm not too sure. So we might want to bring another ominous bottle with us. Then we need to head to the Ocean Monument, get cursed by the Elder Guardian to get Mining Fatigue. And we also need to hit ourselves with these 4 potions: Invisibility, Fire Resistance, Night Vision, and Water Breathing. Then we come back here, get to the beacon, which will give us all of these buffs that we have up here. Eat the enchanted golden apple. Then we drink another ominous bottle to get the raid omen effect. Drink another ominous bottle to get the bad omen effect. Come down here and get into position so that we can have everything that we get into here, which is from the potions, the conduit, the shulker, the shrieker, the wither rose, and then we need to eat a pufferfish and also the suspicious stew. I'm nervous. Like, there's just no way around it. I'm just very nervous for this. Because currently what's going on in my mind is like, do I have enough of the correct items? And I really don't know the answer to that one. Alright, but I do have a plan. Like, I do have a secret thing hidden for this to hopefully work. And that's actually, there's 2 things I should say. The first one is I'm going to make a backup of this world just in case things go wrong. I'm also going to go ahead and grab another bottle of Ominous 3. I know I said that backwards, but we're going to grab one because I think that is the best one for the actual Hero of the Village. If it does not just trigger immediately, does great. So one of these is for the trial omen, one of these is for the bad omen, this one is for the raid omen, and this one is for the Hero of the Village. This can either go well or it can blow up in my face very quickly. I guess there's only one way to find out. Alright, and we're going to come through here, and you're going to have to give me a second because I'm going to go ahead and make a backup of the world. Alright, the backup has been created. I guess this is only one way to do it. It's to get started. Alright, drink the ominous bottle. There. Now the trial omen. We leave. We gotta go to our raid farm is the next place. I'm heading the wrong direction. Oh, good lord. But yeah, this gives us a minute and 15. We aren't gonna need that if things go right, so. But I did that just in case. Alright, raid farm is over here. We are just here to get the Hero of the Village and then leave. So. Alright, this is already going poorly. I'm gonna go grab some more potions and we will correct this. Because of the fact that that has not started a raid, I'm going to grab more potions here, grab like 5, and we'll just sit there until it runs the Hero of the Village for us. That is the plan currently. I'm also gonna hope that this farm didn't break while things have changed, so. Alright, we got the raid. That's good. Okay, time to leave. I think we might just need to reset on this attempt. Lord. Alright, yeah, because that's... Oh, wait, I got the achievement, or I got the, effects, so actually, you know what, we're gonna just keep running this, and then realize I'm going the wrong direction. Alright. Alright, so next stop is the Ocean Monument, which is over here. And also get rid of these out of my hotbar, and while we're waiting, we hit ourselves with these. Come on. You know you want to give me Mining Fatigue. Come on. Oh, you're in there. Thank you. Alright, now we go to the contraption, which should be this direction, and when we do this, I need to take a breather. Alright, so we need to drink the ominous bottle, jump down, drink the other ominous bottle, enter the contraption, and then just... Oh, I might not have... Hold on, I need to do something really quick, because I don't have enough hunger. Just realized. Alright, we got enough hunger. I believe at least. Do I? Yes, I do. So we break this, which I just realized I'm glad I made it on another act because I have Mining Fatigue. Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, drink the ominous bottle, get the raid omen, run, fall down into the water here. Okay, you know what, that was close. Golden apple, ominous bottle. Now we enter the contraption, close the fence gate, sprint swim over the shrieker, towards the wither rose, get hit with levitation, flip the lever, eat the pufferfish, eat the stew. What do I not have? I'm missing something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I'm missing a few, actually. I'm missing Dolphin's Grace, which I can easily get, and what was the other one I'm missing? I'm missing the Raid Omen again, because even if I go ahead and get myself stuck, yeah, it's... Alright, dang it. Alright, so we're gonna have to redo that again, but that's fine. We'll just keep trying. We did get Furious Cocktail, though, which is a good sign, but yeah. We were missing Dolphin's Grace, and then we were also missing the Raid Omen. We were also probably missing something else, but whatever. We had to try again, because the Raid Omen is actually very detrimental to not having, so we delete Solitary Paradise, and then I need to make another backup. Right, backup made again, and I'm actually going to change one thing before we do this that I guess I should have done earlier, and that is before we start, I'm going to go break the netherrack that is in front of that villager, and I've also gone ahead and added the bottles to the system we have for the hero of the village. So those are two things I've done now. Let's see if I can get this to work. And actually, with these preparations now made again, I'm making another copy. Alright, let's try this again. Drink the ominous bottle. Anger this spawner. Run away. Face the correct direction so we're actually flying where we need to be. Now we go to the raid farm, and we run the raid farm for a little bit. Basically until we get Hero of the Village. Alright, Hero of the Village. Got it. Can go now. Now we need to go to the Ocean Monument. Which requires me not to have the sword out. Ocean Monument is this direction. We need to hit ourselves with 4 potions while we wait for Mining Fatigue. Alright, there's Mining Fatigue. Nice. That was a lot faster than last time. Now we head over to our contraption, which we need to drink this ominous bottle, get the Raid Omen, and then we need to run. Here, bottle, alright, go, 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 go. Run, Enchanted Apple, hit this, go into here. Alright, that went worse somehow. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 would have been Dolphin's Grace, which we had, but we lost it. We had the Raid Omen get lost again very quickly, might I add. I also forgot to drink I forgot to drink the other potion for Bad Omen. So what are we missing? We're missing Dolphin's Grace, Raid Omen. I think Wither is missing here because it'd be down here. So the 2 omens, Dolphin's Grace, Wither, and there's something else I think we're missing. Oh, I didn't eat no, I did eat that for blindness. What am I missing then? Levitation probably is what I'm missing because I think this is slow falling up here. So, alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, oh god, you can't even see me. Oh, I'm invisible, that's why. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep running this, and you guys will get to see the final attempt, hopefully. Yeah, I was so close. Alright, what am I missing? Oh, blindness. Dang it. Oh, I forgot to eat the soup. That would have been perfect if I hadn't. It's fine. We go again. Activate, you stupid shrieker. Why? What was I missing there? Something must have like run out just as it missed. I don't know. Cause it didn't get, got the Furious Cocktail. Didn't get, how did we get here though? There we go. Now please get me out of here before I start dying. Oh my god, that took way longer than I was hoping. But I think that was like the 6th or 7th attempt, so I'll take it. Freedom! Oh good lord, I did not realize how long that was going to take. I forgot I still have levitation, don't I? I can't tell. I should probably eat. Oh, I was slow falling, that's what it is. But we did it. We finally got the how did we get here advancement. That took a while. A lot of preparation, a lot of planning, and a lot of headache. Let me get some milk to get rid of these effects now, because honestly, they're going to be very annoying if I don't. Buy random stats effects. So yeah, now we can go ahead and look, and we've got how did we get here, and Furious Cocktail. Completing the Nether tab, and we've had the adventure tab completed for a while, I believe. Well, besides the hearts transplanter. The end has been finished for a while. Husbandry we recently finished with the dried gas, but otherwise it's been finished for a while. And then of course, Minecraft. Should also probably have showed you guys the entire list of husbandry. So there is every advancement in this game. Something I've never done before, and I'm happy to do it on this channel. Especially because if you've seen the video, you know that this is going to be our last episode for a long time, probably, if I were to guess. But I won't go into any details that the video goes into. If you're curious, go over to the video. It'll explain a lot there. Because that is going to be it for this week. I thank you all for watching. Thank you for everyone who has kept this small community of ours very engaging for me. I really do appreciate it. Hope you guys all enjoyed. And as always, you guys take care, have a great week, and I will see you guys hopefully next time. Alright, take care, and goodbye!